us tonight. This is No Holds Barred 2.0. So we already had our launch event a few months ago, it went incredibly well. And from now on it's going to be a bi-monthly kind of regular thing. The whole point of No Holds Barred is to show people the kind of true creativity of bartending, really push the boundaries of what people are expecting from their drinking culture. So this is our first, as I say, regular version, and we're going to call it Where the Wild Things Are. So Luke, want to explain a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. We wanted to bring something which was really local, which was something really fresh, something innovative, just like all our No Holds Barred events really. As bartenders, we're constantly creating these amazing products and finding real great recipes, and we want to give that sense of discovery back to the guest. So there's going to be elements where you can handpick, you can forage, you can influence your cocktail and create that drink yourself using some really impressive techniques.
So what Luke's just said leads pretty well into our first cocktail of the evening, which is called Earth, Wind and Flowers. Nice little punny name. And the idea here was to create a vodka daisy effectively, which is vodka, which forms a great canvas for us to paint upon with a souring agent and a sweetening agent. But we took it a step further and thought local ingredients, foraged ingredients. So we talked to this great local chef, a guy called Alex Claridge, as we were preparing for our World Class entry, and he suggested the use of kind of a sour apple flavour, so using cooking apples. We took the juice of cooking apples and that's replacing lemon or lime juice in this cocktail. And then rather than using sugar or something similar, we've used an incredible high-grade Manuka honey, blended it with beeswax and then turned that into a syrup. So that's going to be our sweetening agent. And then the real tricky bit was finding a great kind of bunch of fresh foraged ingredients to put in there, because normally things like violas, which you use all the time, look beautiful and they are edible, but they don't have the most interesting flavour. So a great guy called Will from Westlands came in, presented with this incredible palette of edible flowers that he grows in his farm. So we've used that, we've hidden them around the room in these bushes, and guests are going to take these wicker baskets, they're going to forage those ingredients, pick what they want, bring them to the bar, and then Luke and I are going to make them unique personal serves based on the ingredients that they forage. So that's why we've called it Earth, Wind and Flowers. I mean, that's a nutshell really. Do you want to talk about our second drink?
Fantastic, yeah, so absolutely. Leading into the second cocktail, down at the allotment, taking on those kind of values of being local and something I've definitely grown up with is literally down at the allotment. It's really exciting for me to kind of get stuck in, get muddy essentially, and that's exactly what we've done in this second cocktail. It's got a real big element of playing with perception, so we've hidden the cocktail within ordinary terracotta clay pots, plant pots. Okay, so your white lady essentially is at the bottom of there. You've got your Tanqueray number 10 gin, a little bit of fresh lemon, we've used some Grand Marnier just to highlight some of those kind of orangey kind of floral flavours. And then, like I said, we've hidden that away, we've hidden it on top of chocolate soil, and then to make it one step further, we've taken that same cocktail and we've put it into our fruit and vegetables. So it really is a fantastic vacuum infused fruit and vegetable. Things like sugar snap peas, sweet corn, asparagus, strawberries, all these great things.
It's crazy, and it was so difficult. This was the challenge for this one, wasn't it? I mean,
absolutely.
Luke masterminded this cocktail really. And our third drink of the evening then is called Am I a Grasshopper? And this is all about kind of fun and playfulness, but also just a little bit of science, because I mean, it's Luke and me, we're a bit weird like that. Do you want to tell us a bit more about it?
I'd love to. So, we're really twisting on its head, so Am I a Grasshopper? And we're playing off that real kind of fun, old school, classic grasshopper cocktail from the 70s. If we don't know, it's a grasshopper and it's creamy, it's rich, it's indulgent, it's got chocolate and it's got mint in there as well.
So we took actual real grasshoppers, we got a bag of grasshoppers, we deep fried them, we blitzed them with some vodka and we put it through our rotary evaporator, which allowed us to basically make a high proof alcohol that was flavoured with these fresh grasshoppers. And that flavour profile was crazy interesting. It's somewhere between hazelnut and beef scratchings. We then took that tincture and put it into our grasshopper cocktail, which remember is creamy, rich, indulgent, thick. But we didn't want to serve it like that. We wanted to serve it slightly more elegantly. So do you want to talk about how we did that?
No, definitely. We've got another great tool which we've recently accompanied our rotary evaporator, which is our centrifuge. And what this does, it allows us to spin products, juice, liquid, really high speed and get that real amazing clarity. So we're working on something basically is essentially a milk punch. Okay, and so the way that works is that we imagine like a cheese. We are splitting the curds from the whey basically, and that what you get allowed from that is to kind of clarify it essentially, and that's exactly what we're doing. So we've split our product, we've taken that rich, heavy cocktail with all those great flavours, but then split it, and so then we spin it really fast. And what we get at the bottom is basically we get all our solids and we get all our bright, fresh, intense liquid sitting on the top.
So our last cocktail then is called the Wildest Wild, and as we mentioned, we collaborated with a bartender from London, a guy called Josh Powers, a really great friend of ours, and we have a great network of bartenders. He's going to be the first of many guest bartenders that we work with. We've taken a variety of sea fungi and turned them into a syrup, which is going to be the sweetening agent, and that's kind of, as a whole, becomes the cocktail. We then take lagavulin, infuse it with truffles, which lifts the earthy notes of the great fishy flavours in the cocktail, and gives it a real kind of roundness, which is really what you want from an old fashioned. You want something gentle, something soothing, a little bit on the sweet side, but balanced really well. So, kind of worth finishing off with talking about the next event. So we can't tell you what the theme is yet. That's part of the fun of it, is the element of surprise. And it's going to be our third and hopefully the next best thing. I mean, it's every time we want to improve on what we're doing and do something even more kind of innovative and even more experimental. So be there or be square, basically. We've already sold out for this one, so don't wait.